All right. Let's get into it. So if we go into the heat map of the S&P 500, largely it's not a terribly green day. It's been a choppy day for sure. Been talking about that for quite a bit, but today's actually been a very profitable day for me. We've had a number of good calls. The AMD call and the fact that we had still room to the downside. Every time it popped up, we were able to load back up on some puts and make more money. It's been easy money. And then the Eli Lilly play, the same thing there. We knew that it was coming down. I'm going to cover that here at the end of this video. And Tesla. If you actually listen to the last two videos where I've talked about Tesla, I was telling you guys that it looked bearish going into this earnings because of the two big reasons I gave you. We know that they were continuing to cut profit margin, and sure enough, that showed up in the earnings. And we also know that they failed to meet deliveries, and that was going to be a tough pill for the market to swallow. They needed to come out with some very strong news, and I'm going to cover some of their statements here in just a minute. There was a big headwind for them to overcome, and it was quite likely that the market was going to punish them. But the technicals kind of tell us what to expect in the next couple days, and I'm going to break down the technicals. I'm going to share with you guys what exactly I'm doing in this Tesla moment. What did I buy? What did I trade? I'm going to get into that as well. This is the Stocks with Josh show. I'm not in my regular studio. I'm in New Orleans enjoying a trade show here, meeting some wonderful people. One of the persons that I met today was the Humble Trader. She has a great YouTube page. She's a great educator. She's an amazing teacher. I had all sorts of good conversations with her about trading as well as her community. Learned some things about the back end of her overall business and what she's accomplishing. It was great. Having a good time here, but I'm still managing to trade as I'm walking around, having conversations. I was in a conversation with a group of 5 people, Humble Trader, and I was flipping open my phone and making some buys and sells. It's possible to do what we do part-time. I was upstairs this morning at the club lounge with my wife, enjoying a beautiful view over New Orleans, and she asked me a question. I looked down at my phone and I said, sweetheart, I don't work that hard. It doesn't never look like I am working, but if you see me glance at my phone, we're making money. I said, this is my version of digging a hole. There's an old saying that you can't lean on a shovel and pray for a hole. You got to do some work. And even though what I do does not look like work, it is work. It's been built off of many years of educating myself and understanding these markets. And that's why I'm here with you guys. I'm trying to educate you, and it gets me such a thrill seeing all the feedback from you guys about the money you've been making. It's very exciting for me. I love to see you guys make money. I'd love for you to share in the comment section. Tell me about your big wins today. I know that there are some who are struggling and they're not making the big wins. Guys, you can join the Patreon that I do with the Stock Squad. Stock Mo, Keenan Grace, Stock Up with Larry Jones, and myself are helping people learn how to trade and sharing our trades with you guys. It's a growing community and it's going to continue to get stronger. Click on the link in the top pinned comment and come check it out for yourself. Also, very quick station break for the Moomoo investment app. Guys, if you need better trade tools, check out the free stock that Moomoo is giving away, as well as their trading platform. It's a zero cost to trade platform. It's available in the United States, Canada, and Australia. And here in the United States, they're giving away up to 16 free stock. And on November 7th, they're going to have a big announcement that you guys are going to love. It's not a bigger giveaway, but it's a new enhancement to their overall products and services. And so it's a good time to get in on Moomoo. But the reason why I wanted to bring up Moomoo was because they're killing it over in the free chat group that I host on the app. One of my admins, Ertuan, I got to give a shout out to him, has been leading the family in making thousands of dollars trading XOM, ExxonMobil, which is a hot stock right now. In addition to that, Mags, she's our penny stock queen, killed it with the ICU play. I didn't come up with that pick. She came up with that pick. I looked at the chart. I knew where it was going. I loaded up twice and made 100% each time. This thing, I covered it just a couple days ago and I said, hey guys, it's looking decent as an entry point around 52 cents. And since then, it's popped up 100%. Now, don't go FOMO into those. Don't go FOMO into Exxon. Don't go FOMO into ICU. You don't need to just buy, hear what someone else is making money on and go buy. What you need is to connect with like-minded people who are learning, who are growing, who are teaching, and who are helping others come along on their trade journey. That's what you need. So get over to the Moomoo app, find that chat group. It's called Stock Josh Fam. Get into the Discord because we're making money on these platforms. Now, real quick, this is not a suggestion for what you should buy, sell, or hold. You can lose money investing in stocks, but I personally believe that when you've got a community, you can do much, much better. Okay, guys, let's get into Tesla's results. Here's the bottom line for Tesla's results. They missed on their earnings per share. They missed on their revenue. They missed on their free cash flow, and they missed on their gross margin. And that's the one that I pay the most attention to because I think that's the one where if they had missed on everything else, but they improved their profit margin, Wall Street would have loved it. You guys have to remember that the value of a stock is always on its forward ability to earn cash, and the profit margin now then calculated by the growth of the company later is what people are trading. And so the profit margin is the most sacred dynamic or part of the equation, and it was a barely miss. They were supposed to come in at a analyst expectation of 18%. They came in at 17.9%, and not good enough, Elon. Elon, if only you had come in at 18.1. The market did not like it, and you guys have seen what has happened. It's gotten absolutely smacked down. But as the conversation continued, you got to listen to everything they have to say. He talked about the fact that Cybertruck deliveries are on track, which is really good news for quarter 4. They also talked about continued progress on their next generation platforms. I love what they're doing there, and they're going to continue to, it's going to be a shock and awe campaign, and Tesla's going to continue to win. And so in this bearish moment, don't get too bearish on Tesla. Elon's doing a great job. I would actually say that 2023 has been one of his best years for building and firming up the foundation for Tesla. I'm excited about Tesla in 2023. Not so much for exactly where the share price will be this year, because largely I see things flattening out and moving sideways, but more for where it's going to go in 2024. And then the last thing that they said was that they are still on track to meet their production number for this year. It was estimated at 1.82 million, and Elon referenced the fact that they were going to come in and get that 1.8 million made. And so I think that they're going to meet their expectations there. But with all of that, the market said, no, you need to get your smack down, and Tesla fell around 11% today. And I'm not going to say it was an overreaction. I think these things are necessary movements of the stock. But one thing is for certain, if you go over to the RSI on the daily time frame, coming down that hard, that fast, this stock is oversold. And if you go back in time and you look at every time it got oversold on the daily chart, was the right time to buy. Now, I'm going to give you guys support and resistance for Tesla here in just a second, but I'm going to tell you that if you're a long-term investor, guys, I just want you to listen to what I'm saying. This thing was $300 in July. And the day before it hit $300, I told everybody, sell it. I said, 300, it's had an incredible run up from the beginning of January at $101 all the way to $300. And I said, guys, don't get greedy, take profits, sell, right? And what I'm going to tell you guys today, it's come down beautifully. We're at 217, maybe we'll hit 215 tomorrow. And if you're not a long-term investor right now, but you somehow believe in Tesla, you got it all wrong. Just like I said, take profits at 300. I think right now is a good time to buy. And I'm not scared. It's a good time to buy for me, not a suggestion for what you should do. So I bought long-term Tesla today, and I will buy some tomorrow. And I'm thrilled to be buying at this discount. That's just me though. But in addition to that, I'm doing a swing trade on them, and I'm going to break that down with you guys a bit more. So here's where I see support. I see support at $215, and I see support at $211. So I'm not convinced we're going to get back to 211, but who knows? It's possible. We could have a little flash move pre-market to 212. Largely, I think we're going to quickly back test the 227 level pretty soon. That could happen in the morning. Could happen tomorrow. I'm not sure. We might have one more day of choppiness, but in general, I see us coming out of this range very quickly. And one of the ways that I determine that is by not only looking at the RSI, which measures whether something is overbought or oversold, but also the Bollinger Bands. I love to go look at the Bollinger Bands when a stock has had a monumental move like it's had in the last 24 hours. And what you can see is that the stock price is on the outside of the Bollinger Bands. And again, if you go back in time on the Bollinger Bands, every single time the stock price moves outside the Bollinger Bands, what does it want to do? It wants to go home. Outside's cold and it's scary outside, so the stock price wants to go back inside where it's nice and warm, and it likes to go back towards the middle. All of this is moving averages, and now there's a new moving average which is higher than it's at today, and the moving average I'm giving you that it wants to return to is 229. Now, I loaded up on some call options here at the end of the day, and I am prepared to double or triple my position size if we were to come down to the support levels I gave you, 215 and 211. I don't want to see that, but I'm prepared to do that, and I think I would just get a big old pile of call options. And I think that if we made our way back up to 227, which I think we would, all of that would double, and it would be a huge payday. I don't know, maybe 3, 5, or 10 grand, depending on how much I would accumulate. But I will share those results with you guys in the coming days. We'll see what happens. Again, not a suggestion for you. One of the reasons why I'm willing to take more risk is because I've made a great amount of money this week with my AMD and my Eli Lilly puts, even some Microsoft puts. It's humorous that today on the heat map of the S&P 500, one of the only green big tech stocks was Microsoft, and yet somehow, because I follow the charts, I knew that there was going to be some resistance at the prices that I gave you guys the other day, and I entered puts. It pulled down. I made money. Now, Microsoft is going to be reporting earnings, and I'll dive into that because I'm sure I'll be back in the options on Microsoft as well. And we'll see how they do. I'm not going to give any calls on that today, but you will get them in the Discord. If you want to hear what I'm doing with my money, you got to join the Discord and follow along there. So we're having a ton of fun and we're doing well. We're making some money there. Guys, real quick, I wanted to give you some technicals on Eli Lilly. Let me pull that up here. So here's the main thing on Eli Lilly. I know there's a ton of people that have followed me and been making big bucks. I want to hear from you in the comments. Feed me. Let me see the success you guys have had. I know you've made some good money. Eli Lilly, man, that price just jumps. It's always amazing to see. When you get used to trading the Tesla options, they maybe go from $2 to $4 or maybe $4 to $6. It's incredible to watch these Eli Lilly options go from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20. It's been interesting. Anyways, I'm neutrally technical on Eli Lilly right now. There's no big read. It's not telling us where it's going to go, and that's why I want you guys just to pause and don't overtrade it. Right now, I consider that we'll likely consolidate right above the support level of $588. We're sort of at that. We're slightly above it, and we're going to consolidate. And here's how I'm going to play it moving forward. One, give this one a couple days. So calm down on Eli Lilly. Let's let the charts reveal the path to us. The charts we're not gamblers. We follow the technicals. That's how we're accomplishing what we're accomplishing. In my view, if we break beneath 588 and we close, I think that's a confirmation that we're going to pull back to 572, and I think there's more money to be made in puts. However, if we break back above 595 and we close, I think we can move higher and retest some of the higher ranges. Now, I am largely leaning bearish, but I'm not in a position, not until we get to those two markers, either 595 for calls or 588 and below for puts. Guys, I hope that helped. Hit the subscribe if you want to join this community and you want to trade alongside some other folks that have been doing this for a while. Hit that like if you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me today. Peace and blessings. I'll do my best to make another video while I'm traveling. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.